our colleague from India, Mr. Saram Gupta, I don't know if I pronounce as well.
Yes.
Is going to tell us something about a case study on social inclusion in India, in Maharashtra state. Do you pronounce it like that?
Yes, Maharashtra state.
Well, please go
You
ahead.
go to Mumbai, Bombay.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. Faithfulness, the best relationship. Gautam Buddha stated this when quizzed about the greatest gifts in the world. A quote that all of us here can identify with. My heartfelt thanks to the organizers of 23rd TAFISA Congress on behalf of all Maharashtra Association of Sports for All, whom I represent as a president, and our parent body, All India Association of Sports for All. Let me also express my joy for being with you all present here in this beautiful city and state, Netherlands. At this moment, I would like to pay homage by dedicating this presentation to late Sri Avinash Munjewar, a visionary who initiated the Sports for All movement in Maharashtra state, who left this beautiful world unexpectedly last night. I represent a secular democratic country, a country with rich tradition and eclectic cultural mingling, where sports and physical activity is and always has been a significant part of everyday life. Today, India is reckoned a beacon of fast-paced development while still remaining to be a cultural hub, a marriage of modernity with tradition, a rural values with urban culture. I stand before you, honorable audience, delivering this address. I must say, the time and venue couldn't be more encouraging. In a world that thinks in data, functions in gigabyte, and is connected with Wi-Fi, I believe TAFISA's mission to achieve an active world by globally promoting and facilitating access to sports for all is more pertinent and significant. I look at the theme of this Congress, sustainability and sports for all, in the Indian context. India, as you know, is reckoned internationally on the front of global peace, economy, sports, and all of these are the model for unity in diversity. Social inclusion, participation and empowerment in Maharashtra context. Maharashtra is a state, is one of the renowned states in India. Mumbai is its capital, as you might have heard about the Mumbai. Maharashtra is an iconic state that best reflects Indian culture and scenario in every sphere of life, and its capital Mumbai is the cosmopolitan hub of India. Mumbai is the living, breathing embodiment of India's core ideology of unity in diversity. Here people from all over the country can be found working, collaborating and celebrating in harmony. Examples of such socio-cultural mingling are the case study that I am presenting. My first case study is a Ganesh Utsav. Ganesh Chaturthi is the Hindu festival celebrated on the birthday or rebirth of the Lord Ganesha, the son of Shiva and Parvati. Ganesh festival is an adoration of Lord Ganesha, the god of arts and education, for the 10 days. A radical freedom fighter from Maharashtra state, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, initiated the practice of celebrating this Ganesh festival as a social event to educate and ignite the feeling of patriotism and unity in the minds of people. After the independence, people still follow the tradition under the changed circumstances. Ganesh festival associations popularly known as mandals. Those who are organizing such kind of festivals are known as mandals in India. They organize the event in macro and micro scale throughout the country. Apart from worshipping the Lord, each mandal within its periphery has been offering platforms to budding artists and sports persons. These mandals, by undertaking the socio-cultural and sports activities, have encompassed the social participation and social empowerment, thereby embracing the goal of TAFISA. I can show you some of the events that are organized by these mandals during the Ganesh festival. This is the dhol performance. It can refer to any one of the number of similar types of double-headed drum widely used in the regional variations. It is used in procession of Ganesha. There are a large number of street performances with these dhols and the other activities while the procession of this Ganesha. You can see the Lezim performance. Lezim is a folk dance form from the state of Maharashtra, and you can see most of the women are involving and enjoying such kind of activities in the Ganesh festival. Lezim performance, this dance is named after the wooden idiophone to which thin metal discs are fitted which produce a jingling sound, and the dancers use this while dancing. Along with some cultural activity, there are sports activities that are organized by these mandals in their Ganesh festival. Just like the game of Kho-Kho. Kho-Kho is a tag sport played by the team of 12 players who try to avoid being touched by the members of opposing team. Like the game of Kabaddi. Kabaddi is a wrestling sport played in Maharashtra. Such are the examples. The Mallakhamb performance. The Mallakhamb is traditionally Marathi sports, the Maharashtrian sports, in which a gymnast performs feats and poses in concert with a vertical wooden pole or rope. My next study is Durga Puja, or you can say the Ras Dandiya. Ras Dandiya and Garba are played during the Navratri. Navratri is the adoration of the goddess Durga and is celebrated for 9 days. After the Ganesh festival gets over, within a fortnight we have the second celebration. It's a cultural and regional religious celebration. Ras Dandiya symbolizes the Lord Krishna's love to gopis and vice versa expressed in a joyful dance form. A significant part of Navratri is celebrated in a metro like Mumbai through the group dance form of Garba and Dandiya. Where the Garba is the form of dance. See, this is the Puja, Navratri, this is the Durga Puja, worshipping of the goddess for betterment of everyone in the world, not in the only country. This is the form of dance that is called as a Garba. Many traditional Garbas are performed around a centrally lit lamp or a picture or a statue of the goddess Shakti, the goddess of power. These are the photographs of Garba. And the Ras Dandiya. Ras Dandiya, also a form of dance, is a traditional folk dance form where it is performed depicting scenes of Holi and Leela of Krishna and Radha. This is the Dandiya. Dandiya uses the sticks for the dancing. A physically demanding form of dance where the participants from every walk of life perform for hours, the whole night. My next case study is a Govinda, human pyramid. Govinda is a pinnacle that tests the physical endurance along with the spiritual and cultural belief of the participants. It is a celebratory event where Lord Krishna's efforts to attain the high yoga by performing a human pyramid with the help of his friends is recreated. Particularly famous in Maharashtra as well as the rest of India, it has gained an iconic status in India's socio-cultural context. You can see the picture Govinda, the human pyramid. and catching the high yogurt in a wooden pot by making a human pyramid, and this is the final enjoyment of this Govinda. Along with all these sports and cultural activities within the religious, cultural, celebrations, there are some other sports and there are some other cultural activities which are celebrating throughout the India. I am just giving an example. Just the Holi. Holi is a cultural activity which played across the India with the colors, the celebration with the colors. Then Onam in Kerala state, Baisakhi in Punjab state, Mattu Pongal in Tamil Nadu state, Yaosham in Manipur state, and Hornbill festival in Nagaland.
Salam, you have 3 more minutes for your presentation.
Yeah,
He's ready. He's ready.
the final conclusion, after showing all these slides of the celebration, celebrating the different events in India with the religious, spiritual, social and cultural way, I have some inclusions. How these events helps in social inclusion, participation and empowerment. As a form of art and physical endurance, these sports and dance forms provide a competitive platform for people to come together and perform in front of audience who are receptive of both the aesthetics as well as exuberance. This severely influences people's mindset towards the participation because the primary focus is not winning. The primary focus is to showcase your ability, thereby having a critical impact on person's mindset as they feel a part of a whole, as though they are included and accepted. My final conclusion, through these festivals, the idea of unity in diversity has been achieved over the years. These cosmopolitan festivals are not limited to a specific region, but the festivals such as these happens across India, wherein irrespective of heritage, geography, all cultural background, people folk together and present a united front. I would request TAFISA to support us by playing a leading role in strengthening these efforts that are being voluntarily carried out in India. A united, diversified culture could be a peculiar case of India, but the role model could be made applicable for the active world. TAFISA can initiate a unified global platform for such activities where the games can be a competitive platform that celebrates a healthy lifestyle. We at All India Association of Sports for All and All Maharashtra Association of Sports for All are willing to be the spark that illuminates TAFISA's mission. Before the floor is open for your inquisitive queries, I warmly invite you all to incredible India and to magnificent Maharashtra state to experience how TAFISA's vision is imbibed in Indian culture. Let us join hands to spread a message of sustainability and sports for all. Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much, Salam, for your very nice words and very colorful slides also. I think we all want to take advantage of your invitation to come to the Maharashtra state now, because I'm very curious now how it all looks like for real.
Yes.
And I think it's wonderful lessons also that we learned here from India, which is I think a very social culture with all the celebrations and all the festivities that you have there. So I think when it comes to social inclusion and sport, we can learn a lot of lessons from this social country with a lot of history.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Are there any
Thank
questions from the room?
Yes. Sarah,
Yes.
I would like to ask you that these festivals definitely empower the interior area, rural and urban is most, rural is less. Okay. So do you find that in Maharashtra's villages, still they are continuing the festivals with the traditional games, and if they are continuing, then it is helpful for making the state strengthen to make the teams of the traditional games.
Absolutely. In Maharashtra state, still today, each and every festival is celebrated with such kind of games. As I stated in the Kho-Kho, Mallakhambh, and still today, Maharashtra is keeping its traditional values in village area. As you ask about the villages, they are still doing their all activities in that way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
She has.
Okay. I was wondering if young children are still interested in participating in these traditional dances, or they say, oh, I would prefer hockey or football. That was my question.
Good question. This is what the exact work we are doing at All Maharashtra Association of Sports for All. Because nowadays everyone is running behind the gold medals, the Olympic Games and the commercial games where they are getting the good money. But we are trying our level best to attain a golden mean for the commercial games, same time by maintaining the skills in the traditional games and the traditional activities in the Maharashtra state. Because we are having respect for both the traditional values, the traditional games, cultural activities, along with the activities which are having the commercial values, those are in limelight today. So we are trying our level best.
I would like to add in this, I'm sorry, I would like to add in this, when you go for the grassroots level for the traditional games, that interlink towards the elite games, because the basic components are the speed, stamina, flexibility, so that those things we need in the elite games.
Yes.
So this is very, very important to work for the grassroots level and through the traditional games and push them for the elite games, watching their ability toward the specific goal.
Thank you for having this insight. One last question from you.
I have an impression of India, maybe I'm wrong, but it's also what I feel in the international sport community, and it's that, how can we call it, the Western sports or Olympic sports are not so developed in India, unless cricket, I think is by far the most developed. Is it possible that the reason why those sports are not developed is because the roots that you have on traditional sports or these festivals that you are showing us?
No. This is not the reasons or that in India we are not having such kind of development regarding the Olympic Games. You are asking about the medals?
Olympic Games, I mean about Olympic sports, like that's not, that's my impression, no? Not so developed other sports like are in the Olympic program in India as it could be, as a huge nation.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's the reason? I mean, that's the impression I have, that it's more cricket, and cricket.
Yes.
And the rest of the sport are not so developed, considering the big, how big is your country?
This is one of the problems we are facing as a sports persons, as a socio-cultural activist in India. You are right, I agree with you. Everyone is running behind the cricket, as cricket is manipulated by the commercial, political associations, and everyone is running behind the name and fame and money you are getting in the cricket. But through the development of such traditional activities, such traditional sports, we are, as said by our Honorable President, we are trying to get all these activities in the way that a person who is involved in the traditional games can go to the elite games, having the good base for its activities or his skills, the developing skills, the sportsmanship and the physical skills.
I would add to
One
his answer.
last question.
No,
because
his
we need
answer.
We need to keep time.
His
And this is
answer,
like-
because since you said that India is a very big country in the globe, isn't it? Thickly populated, isn't it? So you might have heard that when the population is more in one house, the grumblings and the problems are more. And you might have read, might have seen in the news also, so there are full of democratic country, too much of democracy and too much of politics. So that also hinders the performance. So we are facing that, and of course we have increased the number of medals, but not that kind as China did. 7 years, they stopped the participation in the Olympics, and thereafter, all of a sudden when they prepared and the government realized, and they sent the athletes over there, and now they are the bulk in the medals.
So let's
So
take this discussion
that's
to the
the thing.
coffee break, because we have
Thank
one
you
more
very
question
much.
from our colleagues from South Africa.